So I've seen quite a few articles come out in recent days around the Batman Part 2. And if you guys follow the channel at all, and you know this is a highly anticipated film for me. I absolutely loved the first film and can't wait for this second film. The stuff that I'm seeing in these articles is everything. I mean, everything from what will the plot be to when is it going to start filming? Is this film going to involve Robin? Who's going to play Robin? But most importantly, and the thing that I'm most anticipating is, who will the villain of the Batman Part 2 be? And before I've speculated and I've told you what I think would be the best villain or my pick for the villain for the Batman 2, and that is the Court of Owls. I made an entire video discussing this, but I'm seeing all kinds of reports right now. Now, let me start with the Robin rumors first. People are saying everything from, Robin will be a major player in this film to, this would be the introduction to the character, but maybe he won't play a major role yet, but it'll kind of line up the adoption, or at least the taking in of Dick Grayson by Bruce Wayne. And then, even casting rumors of Timothée Chalamet playing Robin. I think the actor even commented on, wanting to play Robin at one point or being interested in the role. I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of Robin, at least not the Dick Grayson Robin, not my favorite. And I like Batman more as a solo character, but I get it. There's a whole Bat family. If you're going to involve the rogues gallery of villains, you've got to bring in some of the Bat family. We've already got Catwoman in the first film, and they've got to add some more. But personally, I don't care whether they add Robin to the film or not. We haven't seen a proper, Robin character in any of the films since the Batman Forever and Batman and Robin films from the late 90s, which were, quite campy, kind of silly versions of Batman. Definitely some of my least favorite of the Batman franchise of films. And even going back recently and rewatching these films, it's like, I do not like what they did. There are great ways to do Robin. I'm a much bigger fan of Robin becoming Nightwing than I am of the 13, 14-year-old sidekick of Batman. But to be honest, I don't care whether they involve him or not. Like I said, I'm much more of a Batman solo fan. But moving on to, rumors of actually, I think they've officially said that the movie is supposed to start filming in spring of 2024. But who knows, right? With the SAG strike, with the writer's strike, what's going to happen with this? I'm assuming the film's probably already written and in pre-production and stuff like that. But everything gets shut down when the Screen Actors Guild goes on strike. No one's filming any scenes. So depending on how long the strike goes and how long things get pushed back because of both of the strikes, I wouldn't count on it. I wouldn't count on any specific date or season or time or even year at this point. Everything is getting pushed back, which is sad because, like I said, this is a highly anticipated film for me. I can't wait to see this thing get its wheels under it and get moving. But as I said, most important for me here is what villain are they going to use in this? They've made it pretty clear, at least in most of the stuff that's come out, or at least most of the rumors that have come out, that even though they did that after credits tag with the Joker from the first Batman film, and then even put out that bonus clip of the whole scene with the Joker after the movie was released and showed that that they had filmed that. It seems as if they're not going with that. They're not going with the Joker as the villain for the second Batman film, and God, I'm so glad that that's the case, because we need some more characters, man. We need some different Batman villains. He has such a vast rogues gallery. Just come on, give us something other than the ones we've seen over and over again. We've seen Bane twice. We've seen Iceman. Pfft. We've seen Mr. Freeze. We've seen, Catwoman's been in several of the films. We've seen the Joker. How many times have we seen the Joker done? And is anyone really going to top Heath Ledger's Joker? I think not. So come on, let's explore some of the other characters. We've seen the Riddler twice now in live action. Let's get some new blood in here. I've always been a big fan. I've always said that I wanted to see Clayface as a character, and that is one of the rumors that have been put out there, that the character that they're going to use for the villain in the Batman Part 2 will be a character that was popularized or introduced on Batman the Animated Series in the early 90s. That could be Clayface. That could be, I guess Harley Quinn was introduced, but I don't see them using Harley Quinn. She's been kind of used in so many things as of late. And I just don't see them going down that well, at least not with the Matt Reeves Batman universe. So, as I said, Clayface is a possibility. I've even seen posters that fan-made posters that they're putting out of Victor Freeze, Mr. Freeze, being the villain in this film. And, that would be cool. If done right, I think that could be great. If they lean into that Batman the Animated Series version of Mr. Freeze, I think it would, I think it could play really well. Here's the thing, and why I'm a little skeptical of either Mr. Freeze or Clayface. And like I said, I would love to see Clayface. Like, this is one of my number one dreams, is to see a live-action Clayface in a Batman film. But this Matt Reeves Batman universe is the most grounded Batman universe we have ever seen on film. I mean, it could almost actually happen. That's how realistic it is, how grounded it is. I don't, you don't have to suspend disbelief too much to imagine that it could really happen the way it's been put forth in Matt Reeves' Batman universe. So, to immediately go from that super grounded first film to throwing a Clayface, I guess Mr. Freeze would be a little more believable. Just with technology, you can create that character, a little bit of imagination. But Clayface is a bit of a stretch. So, my thoughts have always been that the first film set up the Court of Owls as a potential villain for either the Batman Part 2 or possibly a third installment. But I feel like they've hinted at it enough. They've put enough stuff in place to potentially go to a Court of Owls. And if you guys don't know, what the Court of Owls is, look into it. They did it on the most recent Gotham Knights series that was on the CW. It was quickly canceled, but not a bad series. If you want to go back and check that out, I really enjoyed it, especially since it featured the Court of Owls. But debuting in the comic books with the Scott Snyder Batman run, the Court of Owls is one of my favorite Batman storylines and one of my favorite Batman villains to date. So if you don't know who they are, please go check them out. And I have a feeling that once you do, you'll see why it would work so well in the Matt Reeves Batman universe. So, my money is still on the Court of Owls. Would I love to see Clayface? Absolutely. Absolutely. If you find a way to make Clayface work in a grounded Batman universe, Give it to me, man. I would love to see Clayface. I've been wanting more Clayface since he debuted in the animated series in like 1992. So please give me Clayface. But realistically, super grounded Batman, I think you got to go Court of Owls, and I think it would be a fantastic film if you made it just lean heavy into like old Gotham, the history of the Waynes, the history of the Arkhams, who have now been shown to be, Martha Wayne's family and where she hails from. So I would love to see the Court of Owls brought to life on film. I would love to see it in this Robert Pattinson, Matt Reeves universe. I think it would fit so well in this universe, and that's probably my number one pick. Number two is got to be Clayface, and then Mr. Freeze I think has got to be the next in line, because while it may be a little more grounded than Clayface, it's just not. I don't love that character as much as the Clayface character. Just not that it's not a great character. I think it would be really great if you want to go super dark with it, really dive into his motivations and just really delve into the character and build that character up in the film. I think they could do it really well. But for my money, I say, let's go Court of Owls, baby. And then maybe you want to just break away from the grounded a little bit and get a little bit fantastical in the third film. You bring in Clayface. Like, that would be the perfect trilogy, in my opinion. We don't need we've already got the Penguin, right? He's going to have his own series. Do we need him as the main antagonist in one of these Batman films? I don't think so. I don't think we do. I think he can be a secondary villain, milling around in the background, pulling some strings in Gotham. Maybe even, pulling some strings when it comes to the villain that they use, or having some connections to the Court of Owls, or them using him for their means. The possibilities are endless. But I would love to see some characters that we've never seen done before in live action play out in this universe. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below, or if you're listening in podcast form, you can hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, at Real Brett Scott. I'm always willing to go back and forth about this stuff. I absolutely love this geeky nerd culture that we all love so much. So please interact, and if you do decide to stick around, please subscribe, favorite, or follow. And if you do stick around, then I'll talk to you all again very soon. Thanks.